I was hurting by the end of this, man. And that brings me to what really pissed me off about this film, man.
Okay.
And they had to do this at the very end. So my biggest angering moment with this movie is we have a new chapter in the saga of the Minions. You know, they've done a lot of things throughout history. They've interacted with some of history's biggest figures.
Yes, them and the Transformers.
Them and the Transformers. I mean, when are we gonna get a Minions versus Transformers movie? And I think the Minions will win. See Optimus Prime running, our Megatron. Hey, get them away from me! God damn it, leave me alone! But this time they said, you know, what we really want to do is we want to direct. See, people, you got 3 minions. Who is it? This is Paul, Phil.
I don't think that's any of them.
Okay,
what was his name?
Ringo.
John. No, Frank. No.
Yeah, but
what?
Anyway.
What were their names? One of them was Ed. I know that.
Ed's the special needs one.
Yeah,
He's
the mute one.
The deaf one. But yeah, you got James, Henry,
that's right,
and Ed.
James and Henry.
And it's mainly James. You know, he's looking at this endless pursuit of the big boss, the biggest villain that they can find out there. And he says, you know what? This is cool, but I want to create something. I don't just want to work for somebody my whole life. And
that's very un-Minion-like.
It is very un-Minion-like, and he convinces 2 other minions that display un-Minion-like behavior. And says, y'all, you know what? Together we can go out there and change the world. And that's the story of these minions right here. How they go and conquer Hollywood with the best monster movie ever made. Because it has 100% real monsters in there. So, displaying such un-Minion-like behavior and then doing something as trite as directing. Everybody wants to direct. I mean, have the Minions gone soft? I mean, what are we doing here? You know, they must not want to make no more money.
Did they ever make money?
Oh, yeah, they made them out. Well, the movies did.
Oh, no. Okay.
But now, since they're going a different direction, can this actually succeed? I mean, where's the evil boss they're working for? You know, where's all the shenanigans and all that? Yeah. You want to, what? It's a Hollywood story now? Let's go ahead and take a look. See what happens here in this new chapter of the Minions. And even more so, we'll come back and see just how much Martin hates this even more now. Martin used to shudder at the mention of a minion.
I mean, it's the same thing over and over, but go ahead, please, continue.
Martin's like, oh, hell. Leave me alone. Martin's fuming already. Just get this over with.
Minions are back.
Whoopsie.
Oh, same old Minion stuff, Martin.
Sure.
There you go. Martin, you know, listen,
gags and gags.
Martin, sit down. Oh, you're already sitting. Get up and sit down. I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Because I am really irritated by this movie for many reasons.
Okay.
And really one main big one.
What's that?
I'm gonna wait to get to it.
Okay.
But I'm very irritated by this movie for many reasons that are all over the place, but I'll try to make as much sense of this as I can. It's frustrating because I did enjoy parts of this film.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoyed just how much it kept pleasantly surprising me. Because for one, this movie, it really pushes. Now, I know PG is nothing. That's not even PG-13. So to say what I'm saying sounds weird, but it really does push that PG rating.
It does.
Yeah. And for a family film, that's kind of a big deal, man. There is a montage of them There's a murder montage where they're just killing one person after another that they try to pursue as their boss.
But they're bad guys.
Yeah, so they had it coming. So that's one reason why they're able to get away with it. So it's not that. I mean, because it's done comically. It's not like it's really graphic, except for one particular death where I was like, whoa, y'all actually did that shit. Because I saw the joke about to happen. I was like, oh, they're going to cut it there.
Yeah.
They behead somebody.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They cut a woman's head off.
Oh,
It's still comical. I mean, it ain't like this blood spurting out anything, but
Sure,
that's
it's a woman. I thought that was a man.
oh, maybe.
See, it's not so brutal when it's a man.
Oh, that's a dude? Oh, the hell with that guy, man. Hey, well, forget about what I said, man. That dude had it coming. No, but no matter who it is, that's still comical.
It's gruesome because they showed the hole that looks like a cut steak. I mean, a ham steak.
It looks
right
like
there.
a pork. Yeah, it looks like a ham.
Yeah.
Or a pork chop.
Yeah.
It's comical. If this had been PG-13, people would be like, whatever. But for a movie that's directed towards kids, that's kind of graphic right there. There's a lot of silliness still going on with this. It's a lot of wild slapstick action, and that's there for the kids. So that's why they're able to get away. They do a quick thing that might seem a little kind of crazy for us, a little more adult oriented, and then they'll move on to the minions doing what they do, But still, a lot of this seems like it's aimed towards adults. And again, surprisingly, those moments work for me, at least. Because the trailers, when you first start this, when you look at the trailer makes it seem like, okay, so this is going to be like a dumbed down version of the minions meet the universal monsters or mythical creatures.
Yeah, it did seem like that.
Or H.P. Lovecraft. Because we got Lil Cthulhu right here.
Right.
Gary or whatever his name is. No, people. It's like that in the beginning. What you're seeing right here a little bit. And that's not even. This part's not even the middle of the movie, but it's like they starts out with the minions working for a wizard, and most of the beginning is them doing their usual minion stuff, trying to hunt down a boss, the big boss man, trying to find the most evil person in the world to work for. But when you get to the main story with this. This is not this. I know it's called Minions versus Monsters, but it's not that. People, listen to what I'm about to tell you. I'm talking about a Minions movie, y'all. This is a love letter to cinema.
To old Hollywood.
To old Hollywood. It's a love letter to filmmaking. And we're talking about where it started in the 1920s. Mainly in the 1920s. People, this is aimed towards, this is a Minion movie that is aimed towards adult film fans and cinephiles and film nerds and film historians.
Yeah, especially film historians.
We're talking about the Minions, y'all. And I never thought I'd be comparing cinema. I didn't even think I'd be using the word cinema in the same sentence as a Minions movie.
Right.
And this is set during the 1920s in the silent era where the Minions become superstars. Now, kids don't know nothing about this history of Hollywood, 1920s. That means nothing to them.
Right.
Filmmakers know this. So they make sure that the Minions do their usual dumb shit. Like they go around chasing people, causing destruction and havoc everywhere they go. And listen, I'm gonna even be complimentary towards that. The dumb shit is done well. That whole chase scene with the train. There's a scene where they start chasing a bank robber, a cowboy bank robber, and then they hijack a train that crashes through a Hollywood set. And it's like, all right, you know what? That's what the Minions do in every movie. But I thought, shit, that's at least it's done well. And for the adults, and this is where I was like, really? Wow, we really gonna go there with this. This is for the adults. For the adults out there, it's for the adults who are especially familiar with that era of Hollywood. This feels like a genuine homage and adoration for that part of history. There's references to old silent comedies and classic films, all in one montage. They got like Buster Keaton, that movie Modern Times, Harold Lloyd.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers him on the clock in that movie Safety Last. Buster Keaton right here. And everybody, they even do the scene where the house falls over him. And y'all like, I don't know none of these people.
Yeah, like, you say like everybody remembers this. No, they don't.
Don't nobody know them.
Mm-hmm. Me and you know it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody know it. So y'all thinking like, then why the hell is this in a Minions movie?
Right. Yeah. I'm predicting this movie is going to fail.
Really?
Yes. Because I like it so much.
And I was messing with y'all because, man, the whole time I'm sitting next to this man, he's over there giggling like he's like he's a little boy going to see a Minions movie.
I mean, everything you said was I was like, what am I watching here? Because my whole thing with Minions is how careless it is. It's just a product. It's just like we're gonna animate foam peanuts, not really have them talk, not have dialogue. It's just a bunch of gags that's gonna go from one thing to the next. Really dumb gags, not that well thought out. And at the end, they're gonna dance just to kill time. Yeah. And then with this was like, wait a minute, you're setting this a century ago? Old Hollywood? That's something that only cinephiles and film historians know, and fully commit to it. I can see it like using it as a backdrop, but they fully commit. And like, matter of fact, a lot of times I sat there just looking at stuff going on in the background. I was like, the attention to detail is crazy here.
All the like inside gags and also inside history. People, Minions, this should be an insult to cinema.
Yeah, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like just pitching this to somebody should get you the shit slapped out of you.
That's the thing. I'm like, how did he get this greenlit?
Yeah. You know,
because like director's Pierre Coffin. I don't know if he did any of the others.
He did the first one.
He did
the first one. If I'm right, y'all, let me make sure I'm right. Correct me. You will. He did the first one, and he did some others, and he does the voices for the Minions.
Right. Yeah, I know he does that. But I'm always like with these late stage installments and franchise, I'm always like, man, instead of just going through the motions and trying to make more money, why don't somebody just take a chance and do something like they're actually dedicated or passionate about? Yeah. And I never thought that would happen with this franchise.
Man, listen, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, how is this working? Even a little bit, how is this working? Because I'm enjoying what I'm seeing there. And then that's when I stepped back and I said, you know what, you sneaky sons of bitches. I see what you did. I know what y'all did, man. It's clever. I give you that. You knew first of all, y'all just cheating. Y'all knew all this old Hollywood stuff would make critics like this.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
Y'all knew that
because they don't need critics.
They don't need critics, but you know everybody wants to be loved.
Okay,
not every Minion movie has been bad. One's got 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, and not the last one I think is at 55 or something. But you know, this is the one they were like, "Oh, we gonna break these critics down." Because if man, y'all know how it is. If you do something about the history of Hollywood or you do something about cinema, critics love it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, they love to sit up there, especially with old Hollywood. You know, they love sitting back talking about, oh, I know that reference. Oh, I know that history. Oh, they broke these critics down. I know what y'all doing. It worked. Because that was a dude sitting next to me who hates this kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And he said, in his British accent, oh, I quite enjoyed it. I'm like, what? And that fool he didn't even smile once in the whole movie. And I say, I know he hates this. And then when they go back and start referencing all those old silent movies, these old silent movies, they're such brilliant slapstick and they're great stunts and they're perfect for animation.
Yeah.
So you got the minions, mutants, whatever they are.
Yeah.
You got the minions.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, exactly, man. When they're doing that whole chase scene with the train and they get to the Hollywood set, they start getting mixed in with the old time movies, man. Like they're going through the gears with Charlie Chaplin and listen, when stuff is that slapstick and crazy and fun, kids don't have to know nothing about this history.
Exactly.
They don't have to know nothing. They just
that's the thing I kept thinking. It's like as much as it's made for people who are deep into it, it's all the deep cuts. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you know it or not. It all looks cartoonish.
Yeah, it's all cartoonish. It's the kind of gags. What Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton is doing is stuff that the Minions ripped off, and they're doing too.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, those kind of gags are what inspired the Looney Tunes cartoons that we saw later.
Exactly. You know, so it's perfect for animation, which the kids are going to love. And they don't have to know the history of this, man. Shit, who knows? Hell, you might be giving them an education. They might go and look it up.
That's actually something I thought also. It's such that a person just might want to go look it up or see something and go like, wait a minute.
And I said, ooh, you sneaky sons of bitches. But I know, I see what y'all did. Y'all got me with that one, man. All right. Okay, all right.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right. Oh, you motherfucker. Man, there is a love for filmmaking in this movie, man. They have a whole tracking shot in here where you get to you see the minions who they're infatuated with the process of filmmaking, and they do a whole tracking shot where they go to different sets and show you different movies being made, and it's a lot of attention to detail how they even mimic old film, and that part of the movie is actually pretty emotional. Yeah, I mean, look, we ain't getting sappy. It's still it's still a Minions movie. Yeah. But you get some actually cool characters here, and I was thrown off by that because they tricked me on how these characters would go. Now you got some characters where they're exactly what I thought they would be. The Bright brothers who own the studio, who's voiced by Jeff Bridges. Or the homeless guy I gave $1 to yesterday. But he voices the Bright brothers.
Does he voice both of them?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he does. I'm not sure. I know he does.
One is distinctively his voice.
Yeah. One is ruthless and a very shrewd businessman, and he doesn't care about creativity. I
was like, these are the Weinsteins.
They're the Weinsteins, boy. Yeah. And then one is the sexual assault, and the other is a nice guy. But they're pretty much what I expected them to be, and even they had a little twist. Like I said, one is pretty straightforward and pretty crass and pretty ruthless, and the other's pretty nice. Although he's
passive aggressive.
He's very passive aggressive. Yeah, People, we got to give a word out to our sponsor right now, which is Monarch. Monarch is the personal finance app that tracks everything: accounts, investments, savings goals, and spending. You know what? You'll also get an AI assistant that flags spending spikes, net worth shifts, and upcoming expenses. And you'll also love Monarch's bill split. You're hanging out with some friends, going out to eat. Everybody got to split that bill evenly. Well, with this, you just scan the receipt and everyone claims what they got. And then everyone settles up. No separate app needed at all. And getting started on Monarch, that's smart money. Just signing up with that code of ours, of course. Use the code TOASTED at monarch.com to get your first year of Monarch Core half off at just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with that code TOASTED right there. I want to thank Monarch for sponsoring this portion of the show. Monarch, thank you.
Sure.
Putting up with me.
I put up with it, yeah.
Yes, and I want to thank all of you.
I didn't say nothing.
No, you gave me the look. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support. What I was thrown off by was Christoph Waltz, who plays the character of Max, who I could have swore the character of Max, and there he is right there. Max is about to lose his job as a director at the studio, and I thought he was going to be the villain that uses the minions to get ahead. Yeah. And then later he was going to betray them. And it's like, nah, man, Max is actually a great mentor to the minions. Like, he's compassionate about them, man.
Yeah. There is an emotional scene with him.
Yeah, he like for real. This man wants to see them succeed.
Is there a name I can just call all of you?
Minions.
I would like to work with you. We should make movies.
And man, there's a scene where I was like, wow, that's okay. They playing this straight. There's a really cool scene where he really wants to encourage them, and he believes in them. Like I said, has compassion for them. And they played that scene straight where he gives them a certain amount of encouragement. And I was like, wow, okay, cool, man. Like I said, he becomes their mentor, man. He believes in them.
Well, so much of the story centers around that 1 million James, the one who really wants to make the movies. Yeah. And it's a story about somebody who wants to create. Yeah. And if you're any kind of artist, it resonates.
And people, the movie just kept surprising me. Like, right when I thought, I was like, listen, all right, look, okay, y'all got away with that over there, but this is a Minions movie, all right? I know what y'all about to do now. And they still were like 10 steps ahead of me, man, because they continue to like be more adult. They do things in here, like, again, Any other thing, it would be fine. Who cares? But I'm grasping at pearls. Like, oh my, they got away with that. Like, first of all, during that success story in Hollywood, it's told like a Hollywood Babylon story where they're just heathens, hedonists. Yeah, they have these wild parties and going crazy. But then when sound is introduced during their era here, there's a scene here where one of the first words that we hear a character say is, "You handsome bastard."
Yeah.
Are you ready, Henry?
Si.
This will be great.
Get lost, you handsome bastard!
It was shocking. Like, oh, they did it.
Huh?
They can do that?
Yeah. Y'all should have seen me. I put my hands on Mark's ears. You didn't hear that. Yeah. Like there's more references to early classic films. You saw Casablanca right there pretty much. And then you got Citizen Kane that did something funny with that. Again, y'all might not know these movies, but if you do, they do something pretty clever with it. If you don't know them, then they still do a good enough job where the jokes will probably land for you. Listen, like I said, I never thought I'd sit up here and would think that a Minions movie would gain the respect of cinephiles out there. But I can see it. I don't know what the reviews are like for this, but I have a guess that critics are going to really be on board for this one. At least for the part that I just spoke of. Because here's my next frustration with this. So when the Minions start to try to make their comeback film, when they actually start making a movie, the movie doesn't maintain that cleverness for me. Yeah. That Hollywood stuff was so tight. And it was so clever. It, again, I always use this word, but it had cohesion. It had focus. Yeah. There's,
and somebody said, "Hey, dummy, you're making a Minions movie."
Exactly, boy. That's when they got back to the dumb shit. And that was the frustrating part to me, because there's still good ideas. There's still some funny stuff. But for every sign of cleverness is followed by them doing their usual stick. Talking gibberish and causing random chaos. When things get too quiet, when things get too slow, let's just start tearing up shit out of nowhere. I mean, listen, it really does turn into a slapdash of a movie after that, because things just happen. Characters just pop up, and they didn't show this character in the trailer, so I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything. But there's a robot character in here, an alien robot. And when they meet this robot, he's just hanging in the streets. He didn't come down the ship. There was no introduction of backstory.
Well, that's because you're supposed to wonder.
Okay. Because
I think you're supposed to, wonder, is he or isn't he?
Okay. Because I was like, I didn't know it was a dude in a costume. Or, hey, for all I know, it might still be. But he just, the character's just thrown in, though. Like, it is really, I don't know, though. It just seems like they wanted a robot character because it looks cool. They use it for a running gag that's just mildly amusing for me. And also, he'll be a quick, lazy way to help wrap things up at some point in the movie. I didn't like that part. They finally bring in Lil Cthulhu. What's his name? Gary. There's Gary, right? Gary. Look at Gary. Gary's, and the thing is, I don't hate Gary, man. I like him, and I like what they do with the character. I'll just say, don't be a goomy, as they call him. Don't be too taken in or fooled by his cuteness.
By the way, I'm Gary Orcam Oliver Magma Ichabod the Deceiver. Hey, that Ed. Ed! Asante!
I mean, you have to catch it because he mentions his name, the Deceiver, but he says it so quickly, like you're supposed to miss that. And then he's just too charming.
Man,
I was like, no, I don't trust you.
I was taking it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
I was like,
look at him.
I heard that the Deceiver part.
Look at him, man.
Yeah.
And that cute little list he got with his little,
the way he was,
little mouth fingers.
He pouring on the charm. I was like, yeah, I'm watching you.
But, I can deal with Gary. I like Gary, but then they bring in two other monsters in here that they look cool. They're fun designs, but I thought that they were pretty forgettable. didn't come away with anything from the movie with them like I did with everybody at the first half of the movie. It was as chaotic as before. In the first part, it was chaotic, but it still had cohesion. As I said, it still had some sort of focus. Everything was wrapped around this history of Hollywood. It just seemed to keep things together. That second half is just kind of flinging all over the place, I think, for me. Once they can't do any more Hollywood homages or Hollywood love, it just seems like it's just, hey, we're making it up as we go along. It goes back to being a Minion movie that we've seen over and over before, meaning that it's all over the place. It's got a short attention span. In other words, it's back to the dumb shit. And it's dumber than it was before when it started. But, although the climax, I will say the climax, and yeah, people, I'm looking at this right now. Yeah, it just gets, to give you an example of just how, out of all that clever stuff they were doing, they just, as you say, they just say, you know what? Be a minion.
Yeah.
You are not.
We've indulged you.
Yeah.
You had 2/3 of this movie to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Now this last third,
Yeah.
it has to go back to being a Minions movie and not playing with you.
You were not an artist. Do something stupid.
Sing it loose! Bow, bow, bow!
You're just like, oh God damn it. Well, we were doing so well before. But the climax is pretty cool. I give you that. It looked cool, man. They're inside of a giant blob and that ate half the city, and it's just a cool. Mm-hmm. It's a cool animated scene. There's some fun gags in there, and just like you see right there, just the spectacle of it is pretty cool. I'll pass it on to you, man, before I get to and that's not even my biggest frustration. I got one big. I have one big. What do you call it, man?
Peeve?
Peeve is too, no. Peeve is too small, man.
Okay.
I got a bone to pick with this movie right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So allowing everything you just said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a counter other than that. It didn't bother me that much. And I don't think it was half the movie where that came in. It was closer to the last third. And yeah, it was all right, we've built up everything to this point, and I felt more grateful that I got all that. And then when it turns into what is the usual Minions movie, I was like, it's still better than most of the Minions movies. Like I said, I'm not saying you're wrong. It just
There's no wrong or right.
I know. There's no wrong or right. I'm just saying, while I see what you're saying and feel that somewhat, not nearly as strongly.
No, I saw you sitting up there laughing the whole time. And I said, let me go ahead and just put my hand up so you don't see the scowl on my face and disappointment.
I know what the hand means.
Yeah. Let me shield him from my scowl.
No.
At this movie.
I know how you get. I know your body language by now.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm having a good time. I don't know what he's doing over
Yeah,
there.
no, I said let him enjoy himself. Don't let me put a damper on his entertainment right now, because I was hurting by the end of this, man. And that brings me to what really pissed me off about this film, man.
Okay.
And they had to do this at the very end. So my biggest angering moment with this movie is at the end. They pull this twist. They do this thing, and I can't tell you what it is, but they do something at the very last minute. And all that dumb shit that they were doing before made complete sense. And I was like, you punk asses. Man, y'all, they just cheat through the whole movie, man.
Good Lord.
They do something at the end, and I was like, okay, of course this movie is all over the place, because what they just did.
Oh, yeah.
I said, that's what Minions would do.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Yeah, that it had quite a beautiful ending.
I was like, why? Why'd you do this? You made me sit here mad this whole time. Had me sit up here protecting my scowl against Martin. I want to have fun too. I want to have a good time. And at the end, I was like, oh, okay. I get it. So now you're going to make me raise my rating up after I sat up there pissed off the whole time. I was like, wow, man, it really does. I was like, it's a really clever moment. And if you maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but if you think about it, it's like it explains everything that I'm complaining about in the movie. I'm like, this, exactly.
Yeah. It does. It's kind of beautiful in a way because at that point where you've given up to like, all right, it's a Minions movie, and they come with this, and it's like, oh wow, and you don't see it coming.
No, you don't. I mean, it's. Look, I don't want to say brilliant, okay, but it's...
Come on, say it. It got you. You didn't see it.
Listen, I'll say you got me, and that's as far as you're going to get with this. I raised my rating, all right, so you can go to hell. I'm mad about that, because I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be sitting here. When I give a movie this kind of rating, that means that I enjoyed it, and I sat through like at least a good half of this movie irritated. And then they're going to pull this shit at the end. I'm like, wow, man, well, that just puts everything into perspective, and I kind of like it now.
Yeah, it's like, you could have had a good time if you weren't such an asshole.
No, they're the assholes, man. Y'all are wrong for that. I ain't never had a movie made me so mad at the end and be like, all right. You little punk ass. These minions got me, man. Yeah, so it was going to be like a rental for me because of that half right there. But now it's a matinee. Yeah, it got brought up to that. You got me. I'll give it to you. Go on, take your little win right there. Take your little matinee. Probably on the lower end of a matinee, but it's still a matinee. So go on, take your matinee, take your win. Get the hell on out of my face.
Sour grapes still.
Man, I don't like being. Listen, man, I don't like being used like that.
Never thought this would be the big surprise of the summer. A few years ago, respected director Damien Chazelle made a movie, Oscar bait movie, Babylon. All about, Hollywood at this time in the 1920s, old Hollywood, and that switch over from silent films to talking films. And it wasn't nearly as good as this. Yeah. It was self-indulgent. It went on forever. And by the end, you were like, you're making me hate all this. This brought me back. And I think the thing is, everything with old Hollywood, it could have been window dressing. In almost any other movie, it would have been window dressing. But they really made it, they really committed to the bit with everything in the background, with just the stuff they pull, the references that weren't a It's like, it's quickly there. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you keep moving on. A very enjoyable movie, amazing ending. And yeah, it was one where I was feeling it a little bit, like you said, where I thought, man, I was liking this so much, but it might be more of probably a high matinee for me. But then, with the big reveal, I was like, yeah, it's kind of a low full price. Okay. So you heard it here. I gave a Minions movie a full price.
Full price. He's like, what?
I know.
Yeah, I don't go as far. I'm probably more of a low matinee, but I still respect what they did. I'm like, man, it's a lot more clever than I would have gave you credit for going into it.
Especially is this the fourth movie, the fifth movie?
Seventh? If you count all of the Despicable Me's and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Like, nobody gets this late in the franchise and does something inspired.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of them being able to do anything they want to. Like, none of these things have to be too connected. Mm-hmm. They got it. Okay, they got a history, but it's bullshit, man. I mean, this still is kind of a free form.
And they don't do dance numbers.
That's right, they didn't.
They didn't.
They did not. No.
Because I even thought, okay, we getting the end credits stinger and all that stuff. And like, nope, no dance numbers.
Well, would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon, where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.